The Pontiac GTO Judge was one of the most iconic muscle cars of the late 1960s and early 1970s, a machine that embodied the raw power, aggressive styling, and performance-driven ethos of the golden era of American muscle. Introduced as a special performance package for the GTO, the Judge was Pontiac's response to the growing competition in the muscle car segment, especially from brands like Chevrolet, Dodge, and Ford. It was a car designed to make a statement, both on the road and at the drag strip, with its bold colors, distinctive decals, and, most importantly, high-performance engineering that set it apart from the standard GTO. The GTO itself had already established a legacy by the time the Judge made its debut in 1969. Pontiac had pioneered the muscle car movement by dropping a big V8 engine into a mid-size car, creating a formula that many other manufacturers would follow. But as the market evolved, the competition became fiercer, with cars like the Chevrolet Chevelle SS396, Plymouth Roadrunner, and Dodge Charger RT offering powerful performance at competitive prices. Pontiac needed a way to reassert its dominance, and the Judge was the answer. The name The Judge was inspired by a popular comedy routine from Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, and it was meant to convey a sense of authority and superiority on the street. Right from its introduction, the Judge stood out with its eye-catching styling. One of its most distinctive features was the bold Judge graphics emblazoned on the fenders. Complemented by a striking ram air hood scoop, the car was available in a range of bright, high-impact colors, with the most famous being carousel red, which was actually a deep orange shade. Pontiac wanted the Judge to be instantly recognizable, and it succeeded by making the car look as aggressive as it performed. The Judge also featured a rear spoiler, which not only added to its sporty aesthetics, but also helped with high-speed stability. Under the hood, the 1969 GTO Judge came standard with the Ram Air 3 400 cubic inch V8 engine, which was rated at 366 horsepower and 445 lb-ft of torque. For those who wanted even more power, Pontiac offered the Ram Air 4 option, which pushed output closer to 370 horsepower with improved breathing and a more aggressive camshaft. These engines were mated to either a close-ratio 4-speed manual, transmission, or an automatic, giving drivers the flexibility to choose their preferred driving experience. The result was a car that could sprint from 0 to 60 mph in under 6 seconds, a remarkable feat for its time. Performance wasn't just about straight-line speed. The Judge also featured a well-tuned suspension setup that made it one of the better-handling muscle cars of the era. The car's heavy-duty springs, shock absorbers, and front and rear stabilizer bars helped keep it planted, allowing drivers to maintain control even at high speeds. While muscle cars weren't typically known for their handling prowess, the Judge had a balance of power and road manners that made it a favorite among enthusiasts who appreciated both speed and drivability. In 1970, Pontiac refined the Judge even further, introducing slight styling changes and updating its performance options. The front-end design was revised with a new Endura front bumper and grille arrangement, giving the car a more modern and aggressive look. The Ram Air 3 and Ram Air 4 engines remained available, but Pontiac also introduced a new 455HO engine later in the model year. The addition of the 455 cubic inch engine provided even more torque, making the Judge a beast off the line and a serious contender in stoplight races. However, despite its success, the era of the muscle car was beginning to face challenges. Insurance. Rates for high-performance cars were rising, federal emissions regulations were tightening, and the oil crisis of the early 1970s loomed on the horizon. By 1971, the muscle car market was starting to decline, and the Judge was among the casualties. The 1971 model year marked the last official production run for the GTO Judge, with lower sales numbers compared to previous years. The car still retained its aggressive styling and performance, but the writing was on the wall for high-horsepower muscle cars as manufacturers began shifting focus toward more fuel-efficient and emission-compliant vehicles. Despite its short production run, the Pontiac GTO Judge left an enduring legacy, It remains one of the most collectible and sought-after muscle cars today, with original examples commanding high prices at auctions. The Judge represents an era when performance cars were built without compromise, designed purely for the thrill of driving and the rush of speed. It captured the spirit of muscle car culture with its loud colors, powerful engines, and unmistakable road presence. Over the years, the GTO Judge has become a symbol of American automotive history, a reminder of a time when horsepower reigned supreme and manufacturers pushed